Hello everybody. I just got home from a library sale, which is one of those things I love to do. And I'm so excited, I forgot to say, I'm Belinda and this is Belinda's Book Nook, for anybody that's new and doesn't know who I am. So let's get that in there. I am super excited. It is this hot day today, and I have been waiting for this sale from one of our local libraries to come. Last year I had it marked in my calendar and missed it, and you don't even understand. I was so down for about 2 days afterwards because I realized I missed it. So this year I made sure I put it in my calendar. I reminded myself, I talked about it to keep it in the forefront, and I think I did pretty good. I have to say, when I went 2 years ago, I got more books and they were in a different venue. This is a newer venue, but what I did find out, because you get the scoop when you talk to people, is that it goes for 3 days. As they take books out, they add more. So, you know, if you want to go back again, you can go back again and sleep through and see if there's anything in there that you might want. So, yeah, so I may or may not do that because that's how crazy I am. And I really don't need probably any more books because I have some other videos that I want to do with you for my book haul from, I think it was from March and April, the books that I bought. I think that's what that is from. And so I have to do that. So I'm going to apologize now that there are going to be a couple of more book hauls coming, and I don't want to just do that. I had always said to you guys, I don't want to be just doing book hauls. I want to talk about books and things like that. But they are coming up, and these sales come up, and I knew there were, and so I wanted to make sure that I got them, and I thought I'd share what I got. So let's take a look at what I got. I brought my Barnes & Noble book bag that I had gotten over a year ago when they were closing, and then this is how crazy I am. I thought if that is not enough, I will also bring another bag, so in case I run out of space. But I did fine. I fit everything in here, and it was great. I got 11 books, I think, for $17 total. So I think I did really good. And it's all over the place. So let's just get started, and I'll just go through. Let's start with some of the paperbacks, I guess. That's how we'll go. Oh, okay, this is a good one at the top. So this book I had started reading, almost when I think it had originally come out, because I think Oprah's show was on the air, her regular show, her old show, and I think that she had talked about it, and that's why I had picked up this book, but I never finished it, and I did enjoy it. And then I was talking with Dee Dee, and she had mentioned how good it was, and that this author hasn't written anything since, but that this year he was going to release a new novel. And so now I pre-ordered the other novel, which was called, the new one is called The Covenant of Water. And I have this one I want to read before I read that one. So I pre-ordered that one, and I already got that because I think that came out this past month. And I got it in audio because, as you all know, I'm a big chicken with big books. So I have that one only in audio, and I'll have this one in paperback, but I could accompany it with audio easily because you can get the audiobook of this very easily with the library. So this is called Cutting for Stone by Abram Verghese. I'm so bad with names. Just forgive me. Cutting for Stone. It was a big time when it came out. People talked about it. But look it's kind of chunky, right? It's kind of chunky, and it's got a little writing. So, and it's like, let's see. It's not even kind of chunky. It just is. It's, this is Dee Dee. This would be Dee Dee, right? She'd be like, yeah, it's okay. It's over 600 pages. So definitely going to pair this with audio. But I'm glad I have it because I had read it as an ebook when I was reading it back then, I think. And so this is nice to actually have the book, the physical book. I can kind of put bookmarks in here and just kind of look through it. And then I'll try to read it close to reading the new one so that I can kind of get a sense. I think, if I'm correct, it's a continuation a little bit to that story, or I'm not sure. So there's that. Super excited. And I got that for pennies, right? So the next one, I just saw the cover, so it was so cute. And I know that I think I have to look. Did I put it in here already? I don't think I have. I don't think I have put it in here yet. But I wanted to read some retellings of, and I've read some, you know, with our book club, retellings of classics. And this is one that I just happened to see that was there, and I'm like, oh, that looks really interesting. We'll see. It's called Recipe for Persuasion by Sonali Dev. I've heard of Sonali Dev, and I think I've read one of her books, to be honest with you. Or maybe I didn't. No, I'm confusing her with somebody else. But I'm super excited too. She's written other books like A Distant Heart, A Change of Heart, The Bollywood Bride, The Bollywood Affair. So this is called Recipe for Persuasion by Sonali Dev. It's in fantastic condition. So that will be fun. I'm trying to mix in more fun books because I have heavy books. Let's just face it, right? This next one was so popular when it came out. People still talk about it. My friend Dee Dee talks about it. I've not heard anybody say that they didn't like this book. This author has just come out with a new release this year. But I'm not going to read that until I read this one. And this one is called Yellow Wife by Sadiqa Johnson. You should have saw me when I saw this. I was standing and there were people, were all like doing that dance. We're all looking at books. And I saw the book probably a little further down, and I just know this lady was not going to grab it. I said, oh, excuse me. I reached over her. I didn't wait till I got down there. I plucked it out because I've been wanting to buy it. And I was like, you know, I gotta read this because everybody's talking about it, and it's historical fiction. I'm not even telling you what these books are about. Well, that one you do know. This one I'll read a little bit about on the back. I'm so excited, but I have a lot of books, so I'm going to try to go fast. It says, one woman's captivating tale of survival in the most notorious slave prison of the antebellum South. Born on a plantation in Charles City, Virginia, Phoebe Dolores Brown has lived a sheltered life, shielded by her mother's position as the state's medicine woman and cherished by the master's sisters. She is set apart from the others on the plantation, belonging to neither world. She's been promised freedom on her 18th birthday, but instead of the idyllic life she imagined with her true love, Essex Henry, Phoebe is forced to leave the only home she's ever known. She unexpectedly finds herself thrust into the bowels of slavery at the infamous Devil's Half Acre, a jail in Richmond, Virginia, where the enslaved are broken, tortured, and sold every day. There, Phoebe is exposed not just to her jailer's cruelty, but also to his contradictions. To survive, Phoebe will have to outwit him, even if it means making the ultimate sacrifice. Oh, this is going to be heartbreaking. But I want to read it. Everybody said it was just really well written. So that is one. This one is an older book. Let me see when it came out. But I've been wanting it for a long time. And I just was curious. I think I had heard somebody talk about it. I don't know when this came out. Why doesn't it show the publishing date? Anyway, the name, okay, it's not that old. 2021. I thought it was older than this. Okay, it's called The Lamplighters by Emma Stonix. I guess that's how you pronounce her name. And it's inspired by a haunting true story. It's a gorgeous and atmospheric novel about the mysterious disappearance of 3 lighthouse keepers from a remote tower miles from their Cornish coast and the wives who were left behind. It says in New Year's Eve, 1972, when a boat pulls up to the Maiden Rock lighthouse with relief for the keepers, but when the entrance door, locked from the inside, is battered down, the tower is empty. A table is laid for a meal not eaten. The principal keeper's weather log describes a storm raging around the tower, but the skies have been clear, and the clocks have all stopped at 8:45. 2 decades later, the keepers' wives are visited by a writer determined to find the truth about the men's disappearance. Can their secrets ever be recovered from the waves? So, yeah, I think this one sounds fascinating, just curious, you know. And I was so excited when I saw this because I had forgotten about this book, but I remember hearing about it and I wanted to read that one. So super excited about that one. I think that's, nope, wait a minute. I think I have another paperback. Okay, then this one, I've heard of this author so much. She's an Australian author, and I've not read any of her books, and I want to read one of her books, and I saw this and I was like, oh, I'm gonna grab one. I don't know if this is the first one. It's Jane Harper, and it's called The Dry, and I'm not sure if this is the first in her series. Oh, no. Why doesn't it write it in here? Like, stop leaving me hanging, people. I should have written this down beforehand. I like to like tell you if there's other ones I don't know. Well, this one was 2016. I'll just read the back. Federal agent Aaron Falk hasn't been back to the place where he grew up in 20 years. This is the first one, I believe. Not since he and his father will run out of town. Even when Falk gets word that his childhood best friend Luke is dead and his entire family are murdered, Falk still isn't planning on going back. But then he gets a note. Luke lied. You lied. Be at the funeral. And just like that, Falk is swept back into the secrets of the place and people he left so long ago. So that sounds really good. But it is a series and she's got a lot. Yeah, this is the debut. Okay, so this is great. So I'm super excited. And it's paperback. And this looks like it's a floppy one. This looks like a good one you can read at the beach or wherever you are at the park. And then just like, you know, I love books that are like that are loose. I'm loving it. Happy, happy, happy. And so far, with the exception of the Persuasion one, these are books that I kind of had in the back of my mind that I kind of wanted. So I'm super excited. This one is really blowing my mind. I literally just put this in my to read list on my e-reader for Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, which was last month. This particular author was on just this past week talking about this book with another Asian American. The interviewer was Asian American as well. And it sounded so good that I just wanted to read it. And so I'm going to take this cover and see if I can take it off the library plastic because it's covering the title. But it's Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zahner. And I really, I don't know if anybody's read this, but it's really, really good. She's Korean American, I believe. Her father is a white American and her mother is Korean. And her, right? Let me make sure I'm right. No. And also, I am not familiar with her, but she is actually a singer. Like, you know, she sings and makes albums and stuff. I've not heard of her. This is 2021. And the H Mart she was explaining was a place that you can get Korean food. And, you know, her mother dies when she's young, and I think she's young. And it's her kind of dealing with that grief of a big part of her identity is gone. Her father doesn't have that background or information, and how she deals being in this country, trying to cling to her Korean heritage without the anchor that she so relied on as, you know, as a child. It just sounds so good. So good. I'm really excited to read this one. So I couldn't believe it when I saw it there because I just remember looking at this, you know, when she was talking on the TV this week, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, it must want me. The book wants me to read it. So I'm gonna read it as a belated Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month read. So yes, super excited about that one. And that one is a nonfiction. The next one was all over BookTube, everywhere, and on Instagram. And you know me, I don't like to read it, and I have to kind of wait and process. Mixed reviews, but I think a majority of people like this book, if I'm correct. And I remember them talking about the author being very young. And it's called Nightcrawlers by Layla Motley. This is the cover. Again, I'm going to try to get this. I think I could take these covers off, yeah. And then I'll just have the book. Or it might be glued. Ooh, it might be glued. We will see, you know, but this is her debut novel, and the Layla Motley, I want to say she's in her teens, wrote this book. And I heard that it was like very emotional. But this is a dazzling novel about a young Black woman who walks the streets of Oakland. Is a debut that announces a blazing original voice. Kira and her brother Marcus are scraping by in an East Oakland apartment complex, optimistically called the Regal High. Both have dropped out of high school, their family fractured by death in prison. But while Marcus clings to his dream of rap stardom, Kira hunts for work to pay their rent, which has more than doubled, and to keep the 19-year-old boy next door abandoned by his mother safe and fed. One night, what begins as a drunken misunderstanding with a stranger turns into the job Kira never imagined wanting, but now desperately needs: night crawling. Her world breaks open even further when her name surfaces in an investigation that exposes her as a key witness in a massive scandal within the Oakland Police Department. Rich with raw beauty, electrifying intensity, and piercing vulnerability, Nightcrawler marks the starting arrival of a voice unlike any we've heard before. Yeah, and I almost then to say I heard that somebody said that they were going to make a movie or something of this. Maybe I'm wrong, but super excited to get that one because that was one that people talked about. But again, I wait. And the next one I've owned 2 books by this author. I've read one of them. I keep snatching up whenever I find another one of hers. Although I think I have. No, actually they're in hardcover, so I guess we'll go with it. This is Heaven, My Home, a Highway 59 novel by Attica Locke. Oh my gosh, her books are so good, so good. I've not read this one. Yeah, so I'm super excited about this one, but it's part of a series. Let's see if I can say anything. Yeah, I read Bluebird. So this is a follow-up to Bluebird, which the Texas Ranger Darren Mathis is on the hunt for a boy who's gone missing, but the boy's family of white supremacists is the real target. So there's that. They are really good if you get a chance, and if you get the audio, even better. Oh gosh, yeah, I love it. So I'm excited to have that one. This next one, I have several books by this author, but I don't own this one, and I'll take it. Even has a Super Today's book club sticker on it, which I might be able to remove. But it's called The Dobreaker by Edwidge Dandikit, and this is her right here. She's a Haitian author. You might recruit her from Crick Crack. She's written several books, several novels, and a memoir as well. The Farming of Bones, Breath, Eyes, Memory. Her nonfiction is After the Dance, A Walk Through Carnival, and Jasmine Haiti. She's done some young readers versions, and she's done some editing work. So this book here is from the universally acclaimed author of Breath, Eyes, Memory, and Crick Crack, a brilliant, deeply moving work of fiction that explores the world of a Dobreaker, a torturer, a man whose brutal crimes in the country of his birth lie hidden beneath his new American reality. We meet him late in his life. He is a quiet man, a husband and father, a hardworking barber, a kindly landlord to the men who live in a basement apartment in his home. He is a fixture in the Brooklyn neighborhood, recognizable by the terrifying scar on his face. As the book unfolds, moving seamlessly between Haiti in the 1960s and New York today, we enter the lives of those around him: his devoted wife and rebellious daughter, his sometimes unsuspected, sometimes apprehensive neighbors, tenants, and clients, and we meet some of his victims. So yeah, I don't even remember hearing about this one, which is kind of weird because I usually keep her on my radar as she's a phenomenal writer. So I'm excited about this one. It's in great condition. I don't even know if the person read it. So good for me. Good for me. So I got that one. And I got 2 more. This one, so this is the other thing when you go to a book sale, you just like, I used to be like looking through my list to see if I own, like I have a little app. No. Snatch it, think about it later, because the price that you pay is so little. If you get a duplicate book, okay, you donate it back somewhere else, whatever, or you can even do a giveaway on this channel, right? So this one, it's funny, I actually recently bought this, but I didn't know. But this book was all over, the internet. I don't know if it's good, if people liked it or not. I did not really get the read on it. But I love to support Black authors, and this one's called Memphis by Tara M. Stringfellow. It's got a really, really pretty cover. It makes me think of summer. And so I own 2 of these. Now I bought the paperback, which I'm loving paperback, but I got this in hardcover. So I may have to do a giveaway on this one. And this one is so nice condition. It's really, really nice condition. It's just in summer. It says the things women do for the sake of their daughters. It says summer 1995, 10-year-old Joan, her mother, and her younger sister flee her father's explosive temper and seek refuge at her mother's ancestral home in Memphis. This is not the first time violence has altered the course of the family's trajectory. Half a century earlier, Joan's grandfather built this majestic house in the historic Black neighborhood of Douglas, only to be lynched days after becoming the first Black homicide detective in the city. Oh boy. Joan tries to settle into her new life, but family secrets cast a longer shadow than any of them expected. As she grows up, Joan finds relief in her artwork, painting portraits of the community in Memphis. One of her subjects is their enigmatic neighbor, Miss Dawn, who claims to know something about curses and whose stories about the past help Joan see how her passion and imagination and relentless hope are in fact the continuation of a long line of matriarchal tradition. So this keeps going on. So we'll see. It says a spellbinding debut tracing 3 generations of a Southern Black family and one daughter's discovery that she has the power to change their legacy. So I think it sounds good. I don't remember what people said about it, but I grabbed it. I saw it. I grabbed it. And then this last one, I think I remember seeing this one. This was in 2021. It's also, it says on here, must have been somebody's book of the month for March in 2021. I remember seeing this one advertised on Amazon or maybe on Goodreads. Like they put the little ads with books. I think this one was on there and it always caught my attention because it's really gorgeous, deep purple and blues and yellows. And it's called The Lost Apothecary. It's a novel by Sarah Penner. Has anybody read this one? I remember one that I read a long time about an apothecary that was really good. And I'll have to go back because a really long time ago to find out who it was, but it was really intriguing to me. So this one is A Forgotten History, A Secret Network of Women, A Legacy of Poison and Revenge. Welcome to the Lost Apothecary. Hidden in the depths of 18th century London, a secret apothecary shop caters to the unusual kind of clientele. Women across the city whisper of a mysterious figure named Nella, who sells well-disguised poisons to use against the oppressive men in their lives. Nella's dark world is no place for her newest patron, a precocious 12-year-old girl named Eliza Fanning, but their unexpected bond sparks a string of consequences that echoes through the centuries. 200 years later, aspiring historian Caroline Parswell discovers an age apothecary vial and the river themes, and she is newly grappling with the scaring portrayal of her husband's infidelity. A curious research project is exactly a distraction. But when she discovers a link between the vial and London's long unsolved apothecary murders, Caroline's upended present soon collides with an explosive history, binding her fate to Nella's and Eliza's in a stunning twist that transcends the barrier of time. I think it sounds good. I love this book, how it looks. It's so pretty. They have a nice, pretty picture inside that's just in black and white. I'm all here for it. This is Sarah Penner. I never heard of her, but this is her debut book, so I'm super excited for that. So that is what I got. $17. That's all I paid for all of these books. Look at that. I can't. You know how people do it. I'll try to do the little tower. I will try. For all of this for $17. Come on. That's pretty amazing. I'm pretty excited about it. And I can't wait to dive into some of these because, especially this one, The Crying in the H Mart, something about that when that person was talking about it resonated, and I just want to dig into that one. And then the Lamplighters, I'm really curious how they're going to handle this. And then Yellow, this one, then I won't have to be like, having the fear of missing out, because this one I keep hearing about and I didn't read it. And people are like, you didn't read that? What? So I'm definitely going to get to that one. And this one, this is what I'm going to read all of them. This one, I'm really dying to get into this and see if I like them. And I think I will pair this with the audio because they'll have the accents, and I like Australian accents. So yeah, I think it'll be awesome. So I'm excited. I'm really excited, and I'm excited about this. Let me know if any of you have read this Edwin Janiket book, because I didn't hear this one. I don't remember hearing about that one, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, I love library sales. There's one more coming up, but it may rain that day, and it's supposed to be outdoors, so I don't know if they're gonna rain date or what. But I almost don't want to go because where am I gonna put these books? Where am I gonna put them? That is the question. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know if you read any of these, interested in any of these, any you think I should read sooner than later. And I will talk to you guys later. I'm putting this down so I can go turn off the camera. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.